Carson Nash, by the way, she suffered an injury, so she had a fight last month, actually had to scrap it because she had a serious injury to her arm, so had that news with Carson Nash. But let's look at our tail of the tape, brought to you by OnlyFans. The height advantage and reach advantage go to Wendy Anderson, the 29-year-old, looking for that second professional win. Both fighters are inside for this strawweight bout. Let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening preliminary contest, brought to you by OnlyFans, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC strawweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 1 inch tall, and she weighed in officially at 115.6 pounds. Fighting out of El Paso, Texas, she holds a professional record of 4 wins, 2 losses. This is Andrea Piggy Amaro. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, and she weighed in at 116 pounds. Fighting out of High Point, North Carolina, by way of Reno, Nevada, her professional record stands at 1 win, 1 loss. Here is Wendy Bonesaw Anderson. Your referee in charge of the action, Patrick Patlan.
All right, let's get things going. Red gloves for Bonesaw Piggy. Amaro, blue gloves. By the way, that's a nickname her brother gave her, and it just kind of stuck. So her brother was being a bully, and it ended up being a cool nickname for her.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Wendy, start at a frantic pace, and it's because she wants to get her opponents to the ground. She has a very high-level grappling, and she wants to get this to the ground. I think after that last fight, Alex, we're going to see a much more paced Wendy Anderson here for this fight, especially in the first round, because like you said, that second, third round were hard to watch. She was obviously gassed, could barely move her arms. Looking very good here to start this first round.
Yeah, and a lot of times you just don't know what that's like until you experience it, and that's why it's important to have arduous battles here in the in the Fury cage, so you can understand how to adapt. Amaro landed a nice little combo there, but man, she's really getting up. You can see her left eye already. She's been blinking it a lot, and it's all from that jab of an onset. She's thrown that 1-2 really well.
Yeah, starting to get red, a little bruising there below.
She's not stopped blinking it since this fight started.
And Wendy is looking sharp.
Yeah, not looking to grapple as much. And like that really hard-nosed wrestling instantly, that will gas you out. And like even if it doesn't gas you, it will fill your arms up with blood and just slow you down. Nice right hand again for Wendy.
Busy night for Wendy. Not only is she fighting, but in just a couple of fights, Trevor Loken, who is going to be taking on Damian Orande, also trains at Battleborn BJJ and MMA, a gym that Wendy and her husband started. She's actually an electrical engineer, and she's like, let's dedicate my life to MMA now. I love that.
That's awesome. I tell you, Wendy's finding a lot of success with that classic 1-2, as is Amaro, but I think the pressure of Wendy is the biggest difference here. Nice classic single leg, runs the pipe, gets her down. Mike, you're familiar with this grip on the arm?
Yeah, Andrea's got that arm isolated. This can turn really bad really quick. I don't like the gable grip with it, but this can turn that arm in really quick.
You like to hug your own tricep, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of a palm to the shoulder and then palm to the elbow grip instead of a conventional gable grip, and I found that the opponents just cannot get their arm out.
Yeah, I had to deal with that with you one time and almost had to call my ortho doctor the next day. No, I'm just kidding. I was quick to tap there. Actually, I think I gave up a sweep instead, but all the same, really good transition work here from Wendy. But you see Amaro making that post on the right side. She's got to get up now. Can spend no extra time here. She can punch that left arm underhook, try to build the base. If she can get that left arm around and build the base, she can work a good get up here. I think just standing up is the play. Try not to wrestle up.
And she definitely doesn't want Wendy on her back, so she was trying desperately to make sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was good. She's in a good spot here.
Under 2 minutes, round 1.
Now this is where if you're Amaro, you're thinking, should I break and strike? Because she's not gotten the better of the exchanges.
Eats it left there, does Amaro.
I was able to corner one of my guys in the UFC last night, and man, his jab had just busted up the eye so bad of his opponent. And these 4-ounce gloves, I tell my guys, I was like, don't just measure with the jab, do damage with the jab, because you can and will. And we see Wendy doing that now. But Amaro not deterred. She's firing right back, now coming forward a bit more. I think with the way these girls strike, so when the way these women strike is whoever comes forward is going to be able to really dictate the damage of these strikes.
Nice right hand by Andrea. Answered by a right of Wendy Anderson also.
Yeah, Amaro has absorbed the strikes very well.
Under 1 minute now. By the way, Ox, do you keep track of how many coaching wins you have in the UFC as well?
Not yet. I think I got to go double digits to start counting. So I'm getting there.
Big one last night. That was awesome to see.
Thank you. Big one for Texas.
Guys, you got to think Amaro wants this. That probably her game plan was, if you can finish it in the first round, great. But to survive the first round, get Wendy into that second, third round again. I mean, after the last fight, you'd have to think that was part of the plan. Not take a lot of chances. She seems to be taking some chances here in the striking exchanges, but maybe it's just Wendy's striking is on point tonight.
Yeah, Wendy's looking especially quick. She's not really loading up. Looks like she's trying to make contact, which is the best thing to do in these 4-ounce gloves. And I talk about it, potential adjustments after that big exchange from these ladies. But man, you can see Wendy's much, much more patient and measured. And I believe she won this round. Winning a round super dominant, and then winning a round like this, same outcome, So I think this was an excellent, adaptation to the output in the gas tank.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the damage on Amaro's face, and then combine that with the takedown. I mean, yeah, I think Wendy won this round. It was close. I mean, she didn't win it handily, so we'll have to see how she comes out in the second round, and then really at that halfway point across the second round. But you see in here, Wendy's landing some good exchanges. She's not wasting a lot of energy. That single leg instead of a double leg, trying to take that down. That double leg takes a lot out of you. Here's Amaro with that arm. I'm gonna go to her school and do a seminar on this, Alex.
Hey man, tell me when, I'll show up.
We're gonna have to head to El Paso. City Wolves Elite Boxing. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
El Paso is just as far as California to me. Once you're in El Paso, you're almost in California now.
Yeah, if we went to El Paso, what's the equivalent east?
East?
The coast?
I would say almost a coast.
Wow.
It takes about 10 hours to get to El Paso, I swear. It takes forever. Oh, man, big right opening up there for Amaro.
Oh,
man.
Hear those shots. These ladies are exchanging hard.
And this is the style, going back and watching Andrea's fights. She brings the pace, and she is relentless. So maybe that first round was just kind of feeling out Wendy.
Maybe they were trying to let Wendy, tax herself out. She didn't, but you can definitely tell Amaro has picked up the pace significantly in the first 30 seconds of the second round.
Yeah, two different size humans we're talking about, but Derek Lewis talked about this a little last night about him being terrified of gassing out. And, Wendy's got to have the same feeling here in this fight that, after the last fight, even though, Carson was very, very good, gassing out has got to be terrifying right now. And, hopefully that's not what she's thinking about. She's just thinking about the fight. But you can see slowing down a little bit here in the start the second round.
By the way, congratulations to Derek Lewis, another knockout. 15 now for his career.
Yeah, and second place, just retired, so I think he's going to be keeping that record for some time.
And we might. Derek Lewis says he's in his prime, but then in the post-fight interview, he was like, "I gotta rest first, man. It gets hard. He's 40 years old. Hopefully we got a few more fights left in Derek's career, which we want to watch, of course."
Man, win or lose, I hope Derek Lewis fights till he's 100.
Yeah. Always fun. You should go back and watch some of his local fights from Houston back in the day, man. They're worth watching. Equally as entertaining. Man, these ladies are really just standing and trading.
Yeah. That's a big right to the center.
Runs her down. Catches the leg, just runs her down.
And Amaro is on the attack now. And these ladies are going at it.
Yeah, great pace here for the strawweights, which we'd expect. And the big question, the reason we keep bringing up Wendy's gas tank is in her last fight, rounds 2 and 3, especially 3, you know, she was done. The tank was on empty, and that fight was in January, so we'll see how much she's had a chance to work on that.
And she's looking great now.
Yeah.
I mean, output is still high, but measured. She's not using a crazy wrestling assault, mostly relying on her striking.
And not just that, but Carson was able to survive some submission attempts in the first round that have not been present here. You know, Wendy used a lot of arm strength in that first round to try to finish those submissions, wasn't able to, and you know, I think that may have been what took the gas out of her. But you're right, looking good here so far. Still got some pop on her punches.
And it's
Taking
not even
a lot of
that,
damage too. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not even that she's less successful than the first round. It's just Amaro is more successful than she was, and she's landing a lot more because she's throwing a lot more.
Both these women are bringing it. What a fun fight. 145 left in round 2.
They're gonna have trouble eating their Mother's Day steak after this.
I'm telling you. So are we.
Yeah, everything's going to taste rare to them today.
My wife was like, another Mother's Day you work? Okay. All good. I love you, honey. We had breakfast together.
I think MMA fights are good for really any holiday. Oof,
Man, Amaro is landing those 1-2s over and over.
Neither lady is really showing a lot of defensive striking, both showing an incredible amount of offensive striking, which is more fun to watch, but it's a little less fun to do. There's still a good amount of time left in this second round, but it's a hard one to call.
Now, Wendy turning it up here as the final 30 seconds are near of round 2. It's like a little tape falling off the hand of Andrea's left hand.
Yeah, I think that's gauze from the thumb wrap.
Okay.
Oh, well-timed double leg.
Oh, beautiful.
Man, see, that's good fight IQ there from Wendy, trying to secure the round with a shot, but man, a very necessary get up there from Amaro. I feel the round is just as even as it once was.
Oh, what an exchange to end round 2.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so what seals the deal there of round 2?
Man, I think Amaro just landed more damaging punches. I mean, I think that's the difference. The takedown would have possibly made a difference, Alex, but if she could have kept her down, but she just wasn't able to.
Yeah, I can certainly see it being 1-1 going into 3.
Yeah, you see Amaro constantly moving forward in the second round. Turning up the volume significantly in the second round and landing at a really fast pace, you know, landing at a high rate. You see Wendy just taking it and moving forward. That big bully push. Wendy gets right back up. Amaro wanting no part of the ground game so far of Wendy Anderson, and for good reason, Alex.
By the way, Wendy did get her black belt in March of this year, so congratulations to her. Forgot to mention that to start the fight.
Yeah, very cool.
Man, stiff right there.
And not a lot of head movement before, during, or really after these exchanges. You see Amaro, she'll get her head off the center line a bit more when she throws.
She's landing.
Wendy's corner urging her on, screaming at her, get it going.
Yeah, man, I think if they just add a little defensive tactics in, some feints, maybe faking a punch to set up another punch. You can always kind of chamber the hips. You fake a straight right, you throw a big, left hook straight right after. Just kind of changes the timing. Hopefully you get him to react to the right hand and slip into the hook. I mean, there's a few things you can do. There's a little more head movement there from Wendy. But if you feint, you can make them throw and then counter them when they miss.
Amaro is having so much success with her right.
I'll tell you, last night, I lost my voice pretty much in round 3, and I almost never lose my voice, but the difference, I'd say the fights are the same, but the difference is how loud everything is.
Yeah.
UFC, you really gotta stay tight and just project as much as you can. It's a skill set to be able to listen while you're in a fight as well. I was maybe the worst student ever when I was an amateur, because I would just tunnel vision and start brawling.
And that's why you have those fights, right?
Exactly
so you
right.
learn how to accept coaching and take coaching in the heat of fire, man. That's tough.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
big kick.
Nice switch kick there from Amaro. Thankfully, when these hands were up, you heard it hit the glove, kind of bounced off of her glove into the side of the head. The majority of that impact was really deflected off that high guard.
Man, so many good storylines in this division. Wendy beats Kara Greenwell, who we were super high on, then loses to Carson Nash, and now here comes Andrea Amaro, who is new to Fury, and she has something special as well, so a lot of good fights to be made, and this one, of course, still ongoing right now. Halfway mark of round 3 approaching. There's that kick again.
And if you asked me to guess, I would have thought Andrea Amaro trained with Louis Garuli. Their fighting style is exactly the same.
Call.
Yeah. Fighting style is exactly the same.
Pressure, high output, technical.
Yeah, they'll take one to give 3.
Kind of building off that 1-2 as well. Luis Garule coming off that win against Alberto Trujillo last month, right? April 21st. They all kind of run together for me. I apologize.
Yeah, what a fight.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Oh, man.
Wendy's definitely absorbing more strikes, but she's walking Amaro down. And that pressure will play a significant scoring factor if the strike count is relatively close.
Amaro is finding the chin, just not able to, not whenever she's throwing the hardest punch.
That's big right there. Wendy goes in on the shot. I don't know. She's like, you know what? I guess I need to finish this fight. I need to figure this out, but didn't even attempt to complete it too much. Oh, man. Andrea Amaro is in the zone right now. Wendy's corner just audibly upset right now.
Yeah, you see Amaro, getting her head off that center line while she's throwing that big right hand. That's when you can maybe even look for that big rear uppercut. Because if Wendy keeps that left arm really tight, she can deflect and block the right hand of Amaro, maybe try to counter the uppercut with the uppercut as she's coming in. Just something. I think she needs a little more guidance on what to throw. Big body shots. Good right hook counter there from Wendy. I mean, the volume of Amaro has really turned up in 2 and 3.
Yeah, 10 seconds left.
Oh, man, Wendy
Here
has
we
taken
go.
so much damage. Wow,
Oh,
Andrea
wow.
Amaro, welcome to Fury FC.
Basically,
What a beautiful round 2 and round 3 performance from the El Paso fighter, Piggy Amaro.
Wow.
Let's take a look at round 3 highlights here.
And both these two ladies were landing, throughout the entire fight. Amaro turned it off here at the end in the 3rd round. I think her output was probably 2 or 3 times as much as Anderson in the 3rd round, and just landing, probably at a 50 or 60% hit rate. I mean, it was, she would hit, Anderson would hit Amaro, and then Amaro would answer with 2 or 3 or 4 punch combinations. It's just, man, what a fight.
There was that shot right there, and Wendy ejected on it, and Andrea just rode the rest of the ride home with that technical striking and beautiful high output performance. That was a lot of fun to watch. All right, let's see how the judges scored this one. Here is Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by DeNunaLawFirm.com. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring a winner by unanimous decision, Andrea Piggy Amaro.
Performance tonight. Wendy Anderson, a very tough grappler, known for her grappling game. It looked like your plan was to keep it off the ground tonight.
Yes, and I was still prepared, no matter what. I competed twice before I fought against her, knowing that she's world class. So I put myself in an uncomfortable position and put myself out there to get ready for this fight.
So Andrea, scouting the last fight, you saw Wendy in the second and third round gassed a little bit. Was that part of your plan, was to withstand the first round and get it into the second?
Yes, I'm a cardio machine, so I'm always ready for a 3-round war.
Yeah, we noticed that, but it was a beautiful performance, and welcome to Fury Fighting Championships. We can't wait to see you again. Your winner, Andrea Amaro.
Congratulations to Andrea Amaro. Hey, I know we see a lot of fight shirts. That is one of the coolest fight shirts I've seen in a while. So just want to send her some love. That is awesome. The biggie with the anime.